Vicky Zita here, co-founder of consciousglobal.com.au. I'm here today with Greg Riley, who was the winner of Channel 7's 2011 show, The One: Search for Australia's Top Psychic. Now we're here today to find out where he's at today and where to from here. Hi Greg, thank you so much for being here with us today at beautiful Birth in the Docklands. How are you doing?
Yeah, good day, Zed. Very well. Very well, Deb. So.
Fantastic. We want to find out, so a lot of our viewers know you from The One.
Yep.
A lot of people possibly have heard of it and have no idea who you are because they never watched it.
Correct.
Can we find out a little bit about what The One was?
Basically, The One was about 800, 900 psychics throughout Australia applied to be on a TV show to try and find Australia's best psychic, and I got through that test of getting to the top 10, and then the top 10 were televised on TV through a number of different tests, psychic tests, and ended up winning it. So yeah, that was 2011 that happened.
Beautiful, well done, congratulations.
Thanks.
Now we want to know 2013. Let's fast track. So we're 2 years from
Nearly 2 years,
The One.
yeah. Yep.
Where are you now?
Rather big changes. I mean, The One for me was a stepping stone from where I always wanted to go. Years and years ago, I read a book called Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, and to me that's probably one of the most profound spiritual books that I've ever written. I've written, but I've read. And I'm currently 3/4 of the way from becoming an LBL therapist. So just finished my degree in hypnotherapy, so I'm a qualified hypnotherapist now, and through the art of hypnoenergetics, I can actually regress people through past lives, deal with emotions, stress, depression, anxiety, and all that kind of stuff, plus use all the psychic stuff as well too. So I've gone more into a therapist style and a mentor and a coach, plus the psychic stuff.
What was the type of coaching that you were saying? It wasn't NLP. What was it? It was you were saying something in...
It's called hypnoenergetics.
Hypnoenergetics,
yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So is it the same thing as hypnotherapy, or it's a bit different?
Hypnotherapy deals with your CBT, so you basically your mind stuff. So hypnoenergetics deals with releasing belief systems and emotions attached with that. So if someone's got depression, they might be able to find out what the belief system is behind that depression, and then release that emotion through a way of different techniques we can do. But then also go into some things like maybe regress them into who they are as a soul, why they came here, why they choose their parents, and all that kind of stuff. So the psychic stuff is part of me, but I've expanded out to more now of a holistic therapist, I suppose. Yeah.
So I wanted to find out, and I'm sure our viewers will be interested as well, to know, we've discussed you wanting to move away from the psychic one-on-one readings.
Yep.
And I guess we want to shed some light on what does that mean for you? What does it look like week to week?
Yep.
Can clients book in with you? What services do you offer?
I mean, that's a good question, because it's not necessarily moving away. I see it as a expansion of my services. So I suppose gone are the days where I'll spend 45 minutes with a client. I'll spend a good 2 hours with someone to go through real strong encouragement as far as trying to find out who they are and what they want to do. So there's different styles. So if you want to go and find if you're going to get a new job or go on a holiday or get a new car, all that kind of stuff, that's great, it's fantastic, and that's okay. But I tend to deal now with more of, okay, you've not been in a relationship for 10 years, why has that happened? Or my marriage broke down. Let's look at why that happened as well. So let's deal with some of the maybe the depression or anxiety you got from that, or maybe the belief systems you're not good enough, or why did someone cheat on you or something like that. So there's deeper stuff there always. So what I've moved into now is being able to be accredited through a therapy to be able to deal with that stuff, but also then add in the spiritual stuff where I can say, okay, this is the reason why it happened. Why your soul chose to experience this is because of this. And when you go into that kind of stuff, there's a massive release mechanism as far as, oh geez, I understand why that happened now, rather than just predicting things over and over and over again. So I've expanded my repertoire, I suppose, into a holistic, therapeutic, intuitive session.
Beautiful. Okay, so this obviously is going to be different from the traditional psychic reading, where people come in and say, Greg, where's Mr. Right? When's the Tats Lotto coming in?
Correct.
This, and correct me if I'm wrong, sounds more about journey into self.
Totally.
And sounds like you being able to offer different tools for the person to be able to find that empowerment within.
Absolutely.
To then walk away feeling more like of themselves.
Correct. You've got to understand that if you're a client, you've got someone sitting right in front of you who has access to a lot of information. And if you can use us to be able to empower you.
So we know that traditionally people who go to see psychics go to get answers on when will I meet Mr. Right, when will I win Tats Lotto.
Yep.
This is sounding like a very different model that, correct me if I'm wrong, is more about empowering the client.
Absolutely right, Deb. It's an ability where you've got someone who sits in front of you, if you're a client, that you can have a person in my position or someone like yourself to tap into so much more very, very deep stuff. So why did this break up? Why did this relationship break up? Why did you lose your job? What's the purpose behind it? What's your soul trying to learn? Because remember, we're a spiritual being, have a physical experience, and our soul's allowing things to happen to us for our own journey. Now, if I can help people tap into why, then they can understand what their journey is and not worry about the Tats Lotto, the car, the haircut, the new shoes and the holiday. That stuff's great, but remember, we're a soul come here for an experience, and if we can actually help people understand that and then connect them back to who they are as a consciousness, there's profound changes in people's lives.
Absolutely. So we want to convey to people that anyone who was a viewer of the show and became a fan and support to you, it's not that Greg has gone away.
No.
It's just that you are emerging as more of who you are and offering a different service.
Yep. And it's also part of my journey because that's where I came from. Look, I've done a lot of mentoring through my corporate world and I've held very, I suppose, managerial positions in high companies. And I've sort of seen what's happening in the corporate world as far as people going, well, I hate my job, I hate this and hate that. And you think, well, there's more to life. And that's why I suppose I'm back into the corporate world again now, is that I love being able to show people that you can have the spiritual connection, but you can still go and work like where I do at ANZ Bank now and go, you can still have this very strong spiritual career plus very big corporate life, but take it as two different things.
Have you seen that the last few years, for anyone who knows about the shift or who hasn't heard about the shift, but 2012 till I think it's roughly 2015 has got this shift coming through, which is all about sort of the awakening and the awareness. Have you noticed a change in the corporate world in that time? What have you noticed?
Barriers have been brought down. People are looking for one word, happiness. How do I find happiness? And they don't know where to go to anymore because organised religion doesn't offer that these days. You're controlled, you're told you're not good enough. People are searching for things and sometimes, and I've found that people, let's say, from who I associate with are afraid to go and see psychics. There's a new wave of people coming through right now who have got a very strong background, who they're normal people and they work in normal jobs, but they have this amazing ability to tap into some other stuff for people. And that's the bridge I'm seeing. There's a whole new awakening as far as people who are having this spiritual awakening themselves, but they can go and see people like ourselves who can tap into, okay, why? How can we make ourselves happy?
Tell me, from a spiritual perspective, what is your role in all of this? Like, I'm not talking about ANZ, I'm not talking about the mentoring, I'm talking about from a deeply spiritual perspective. Have you tapped in and found out Greg is here to do this? This is my life purpose.
Yep. I am a facilitator that can help people tap into their own journey like I did. So all I'm doing is being a facilitator as to what I did for myself and all the mistakes I've made. And I'm going to continue to make mistakes like we all do. But it's being able to go, it's okay, you're not a bad person. Sometimes things just happen. But then look at why things happen as well too. And especially I found with the mediumship stuff I did, trying to speak to someone about death is quite confronting. That's one of the biggest questions people have in their life. What happens? Is this all real? So from a client's perspective, some of the top questions I would always get is, are they okay? Am I just going completely bonkers if I start believing in this stuff? Why am I here? Because if someone's got some struggle through their life and they have to get all that kind of stuff all the way through, then they can't think, well, there's no point to it. So you help people understand as to there is a point to it. There's always a way out as well too, as far as understanding your own happiness and getting to that point. So my role was I facilitate that.
Now, I know you were in the past offering workshops and private sessions for mediumship. Yep. Is that still happening?
That still happens, yeah. It's just that I've got 2,000 people on the wait list.
2,000 people on the wait list. So is it to 2 years? How long is that?
No, it's about 5.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
He's a talented man.
So there's not much I can do about that. Yeah. And so that's why I've closed bookings at the moment because my wait list is it is what it is. So I can't change that. So I can only do so many reads per week.
Of course. Tell me, how old were you, or were you born knowing that you had this? No. So how old were you when this all came to fruition?
I was a good Catholic boy growing up, so I went through the whole religious stuff. Look, about 19, 20, I started to really, let's say, question things. I mean, I got to some stages where even myself, I was not happy in my own life, and you kind of go two ways. You can go down the way of going down a sort of a negative way, or you can start doing meditations and understanding different things. And so I went down the weird way of doing the meditations and trying to tap into what was inside me. I don't know. For some reason, it feels like I fell into stuff, but always my soul was guiding me to meet certain people and to tap into this. So I'll never look back on doing some of that stuff. And for me, it's enriched my life. And look, a lot of people now are going, well, I'm glad you did that, because it doesn't seem so weird for them to be able to do that now. So for me, it was my own inner personal journey to find out happiness.
Fantastic. And then through your own personal journey, you can then provide the inspiration for others and allow the inspiration for others to shine through as well. Now, we're honoured to have Greg join us Saturday the 27th of July from 1 till 4 p.m. at Bertha Restaurant at the Docklands, where we are at the moment. And we've still got a few tickets left.